We're going to go ahead and call this meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Mr. Merriman, he's absent. Mr. Mattern, absent. Dr. Scarpone,
Present.
fiscal officer is absent. Solicitor, Mr. Lynn.
Present.
Mayor Mike Petrola.
Present.
Administrator, Mr. Kasegi.
Present.
Mr. DeStefano.
Here.
Mr. Spence is here. Mrs. Dameron.
Present.
Will everyone please stand for a moment of silence in the pledge? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Captain Fabian. Sorry for the minor delay here. All right, did everyone get a chance to read over our minutes from the last meeting? And Tammy did amend the minutes from our special meeting on February 26th.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Dr. Scarpone,
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano.
Yay.
Mr. Spence, yay. Mrs. Dameron.
Yay.
I'd like to,
Your microphone.
oh, I'm sorry. I'd like to get a motion, please, since I will be doing the administrator minutes, the administer of the minutes, and fulfill the clerk's duties for this meeting. I believe this has to be announced at each meeting. So could I get a motion for that?
So moved.
Second.
Dr. Scarpone,
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano,
Yay.
Mr. Spence, yay. Mrs. Dameron.
Yay.
Yay.
Did you pass a motion to approve both minutes?
Make a motion to approve the minutes that were amended
On March 2nd, 2023?
on March 2nd of 2023.
So moved.
Second.
Dr. Scarpone,
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano,
Yay.
Mr. Spence, yay. Ms. Dameron.
Yay.
All righty. Moving along, is there anyone that wishes to speak before council this evening? We do have, go ahead, sir. Come to the podium and state your name, please.
Rich Gunther. As many of you guys know, we instituted a 25% fund back to the police department for a couple of shirts that we were offering through our store. And I'd just like to present a check to the police department today for the first week of $200.
Oh, that is awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
About to go back and give it to you.
Thank you, Rich. Do you know Mr. Mike Mahalik? I know you can approach now, sir. I know you were on the agenda to speak, so.
Thank you, Mayor and Council, and residents of Wintersville. We just wanted to come today and tell the council and the residents of Wintersville about the 102-year celebration of the Rotary Club of Steubenville. It's going to take place on April 26th, and we would like to invite everybody. We had to do 102 years because of COVID. We had plans to do it at year 100, but we're 2 years late. But we were lucky because we submitted a request to the president-elect of Rotary International, Stephanie Yurgic, who happens to be from the Cannonsburg area. She's now going to be the president of Rotary International, and she has agreed to come and speak. It's really a big deal. So we're really happy about that, and we think it'll be a great event. So we would like to invite everybody. Please try to attend if you can. And for those of you that don't know, the Steubenville Rotary is not strictly Steubenville. We have members from Wintersville, Toronto, everywhere in the surrounding area. We would also like to invite folks that are here today to consider becoming a Rotary member. It's a club that has a long, rich history, and I think it would be great to see some more folks from the Wintersville area become members. The key thing with Rotary is service above self. That is the key motto of Rotary. Every one of you sitting here today are examples of that. Our elected officials are definitely people that put service above self. Our city employees are people that put service above self. So it's a great organization with a great motto that applies to many of you here. So that's my spiel. The event is at Florian Hall. It begins at 5 o'clock on April 26th. Tickets are $50 a piece. We'd love to see some of you there. So thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Mike. Thanks for coming this evening.
Thank you.
Anybody else wishing to appear before council this evening?
Thank you, Mayor.
Commissioner?
I'll be real quick. Hi, everyone. We had commissioners meeting today, and one of the things that we're going to move forward with is the recreational fund that we do every year. So you can be on the alert for that. I think, I'm not sure of the process. I don't know if the clerk will send something out, but I'll make sure you know. And the other thing is we had an Appalachia Grant Committee meeting today, and just a heads up there, we've decided to get a construction manager. So that's someone in that will try to pull all these pieces together, and I think it's going to be good. And it's somebody that it'll be a company. We'll have to go out for an RFP, but it should take a little heat. I know a lot of people, including me, are worried, are we going to do this fast enough? Are we going to get rolling? How do we get a planner? So more news to come, but I just thought I'd let you guys know those two things, okay? That's it. Thanks for your service. Thanks for what you guys do. I'm proud to be from Wintersville. I'll tell you that. And you guys are a big part of that. So anything that the commissioners can do to assist on anything, give us a call.
Thanks,
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Anyone else wishing to appear before council this evening? Okay. Next, we'll move on to our ordinances and resolutions, which we have a lot of them. I'll turn it over to Jake.
The first ordinance tonight is ordinance number 2023-03, an ordinance providing for retroactive pay raise for a village employee. This is a second read. Next is ordinance number 2023-04, an ordinance creating and adopting section 15102G of the codified ordinances of the Village of Wintersville, Ohio, which will create a referral bonus for current employees. This is a second read. The third is ordinance number 2023-05, an ordinance creating and adopting section 151.02H of the codified ordinances of the Village of Wintersville, Ohio, which will create an accrued time bonus for village employees. This is a second read. The third ordinance is resolution number 2023-07, a resolution stating that the Village of Wintersville, by and through its village council, hereby proclaims the month of April 2023 as Child Abuse Awareness Month. This is a first read, and I would ask if you would like to suspend the second two reads, and so that this may be passed before April.
So moved.
Second.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence? Yay. Mrs. Damerman?
Yay.
Now I need a motion for the,
A motion for the passing.
need a motion to pass Resolution 2023. Resolution stating the Village of Wintersville by and through its village council hereby proclaims the month of April as Child Abuse Awareness Month.
I'll put forth the motion.
Second.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence? Yay. Mrs. Damerman?
Yay.
The next ordinance is Resolution Number 2023-08, a resolution stating the Village of Wintersville, by and through its village council, hereby recognizes and commends the work and service of the Steubenville Rotary Club in their efforts to support the community through volunteering, providing scholarships, supporting local nonprofits, and supporting other worthy causes. This is a first read, and I would also ask to suspend the second two reads so that this may be concluded before April and before the dinner that the Rotary Club has spoken about this evening.
So moved.
Second.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence? Yay. Mrs. Damerman?
Yay.
I'd like to get a motion for Resolution 2023-08, resolution stating the Village of Wintersville and through its village council hereby recognizes and commends the work and service of the Steubenville Rotary Club in their efforts to support the community through volunteering, providing scholarships, supporting local nonprofits, and supporting other worthy causes.
So moved.
Second.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence? Yay. Mrs. Damerman?
Yay.
Next is ordinance number 2023-09, an ordinance amending several chapters and sections of the codified ordinances of the Village of Wintersville, Ohio, to change the position of building inspector to code enforcement officer. This is a first read. Next ordinance is ordinance number 2023-10, an ordinance amending chapter 1341 of the codified ordinances of Wintersville, of the Village of Wintersville, Ohio. This is a first read. The next is resolution number 2023-11, a resolution providing for the establishment of a magistrate computer fund and establishing estimated revenue and appropriations for the Village of Wintersville for the calendar year 2023 and declaring an emergency. I would ask that you suspend the rules on this. This will pass tonight.
I'll make a motion to suspend the rules on 2023-11.
Second.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence? Yay. Ms. Damerman?
Yay.
I get a motion for Resolution 2023-11.
So moved.
Second.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence? Yay. Mrs. Damerman?
Yay.
The next is ordinance number 2023-12, an ordinance providing for amending and revising the appropriations of expenditures and transferring that amount to the street fund for the Village of Wintersville for the calendar year 2023 and declaring an emergency.
I make a motion to suspend the rules for Resolution 2023-12.
Second.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence? Yay. Mrs. Damerman?
Yay.
Did you do a motion to pass it too?
Oh, I'm sorry. I need a motion to pass Resolution 2023-12.
So moved.
Second.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence? Yay. Mrs. Dameron.
Yay.
The next ordinance is ordinance number 2023-13, an ordinance providing for amending and revising the appropriations of expenditures by eliminating contingency line items for the Village of Wintersville for the calendar year 2023 and declaring an emergency.
I make a motion to suspend the rules for Resolution 2023-13.
Second.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence? Yay. Mrs. Dameron.
Yay.
I get a motion to approve Resolution 2023-13.
So moved.
Second.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence? Yay. Mrs. Dameron.
Yay.
The next resolution is resolution number 2023-14, a resolution providing for the combination of the two police auxiliary funds for the Village of Wintersville for the calendar year 2023 and declaring an emergency.
I make a motion to suspend the rules for Resolution 2023-14.
Second.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence? Yay. Mrs. Dameron.
Yay.
Can I get a motion to approve Resolution 2023-14?
Make a motion.
Second.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence? Yay. Mrs. Dameron.
Yay.
The next resolution is resolution number 2023-15, a resolution providing for adjustments to the estimated revenue and other financing sources line item for the Village of Wintersville for the calendar year 2023 and declaring an emergency.
I make a motion to suspend the rules for 2023-15.
Second.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence? Yay. Ms. Dameron.
Yay.
I get a motion to approve Resolution 2023-15.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence? Yay. Ms. Dameron.
Yay.
The next ordinance is ordinance number 2023-16, an ordinance providing for amending and revising the appropriation of expenditures and transferring that amount to the street fund for the Village of Wintersville for the calendar year 2023 and declaring an emergency.
Is that a second one of the same?
Excuse me?
Is that a second one of the same?
Did you read that one already?
Yeah.
I don't think so, did I? This one's about providing for amending and revising is how it starts. Providing for adjusting and estimating. That's different.
Look. It's different.
Yeah.
It's different.
Okay.
Sounds the same, but different.
I'm going to read that again. An ordinance providing for amending and revising the appropriations of expenditures and transferring that amount to the street fund for the Village of Wintersville for the calendar year 2023 and declaring an emergency.
Make a motion to suspend the rules for 2023-16.
Second.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence? Yay. Mrs. Dameron.
Yay.
Make a motion to approve 2023-16.
Second.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence? Yay. Mrs. Dameron.
Yay.
I'm sorry, I was double checking to make sure that wasn't a duplication. Did you guys vote on the passage of that?
Yes.
Okay. The next is resolution number 2023-17, a resolution providing for additional estimated revenue for the Village of Wintersville for the calendar year 2023 and declaring an emergency.
Make a motion to suspend the rules for 2023-17.
Second.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence? Yay. Ms. Dameron?
Yay.
I make a motion to approve 2023-17.
Second.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence? Yay. Mrs. Dameron?
Yay.
Next is resolution number 2023-18, a resolution providing for additional estimated revenue for the Village of Wintersville for the calendar year 2023 and declaring an emergency.
Make a motion to suspend the rules for 2023-18.
Second.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence? Yay. Mrs. Dameron?
Yay.
I make a motion to approve Resolution 2023-18.
Second.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence? Yay. Mrs. Dameron?
Yay.
Next is ordinance number 2023-19, an ordinance providing for amending and revising the appropriations and expenditures and transferring that amount to the police fund for the Village of Wintersville for the calendar year 2023 and declaring an emergency.
I make a motion to suspend the rules for 2023-19.
Second.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence? Yay. Ms. Dameron?
Yay.
I make a motion to approve Resolution 2023-19.
So moved.
Second.
Resolution.
No, 19 was ordinance.
Oh, all right. Make a motion to approve Ordinance 2023-19.
So moved.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence? Yay. Mrs. Dameron?
Yay.
The next is ordinance number 2023-20, an ordinance providing for and amending and revising the appropriations of expenditures and transferring that amount to the Recreation Fund for the Village of Wintersville for the calendar year 2023 and declaring an emergency.
I make a motion to suspend the rules for Ordinance 2023-20.
So moved.
Second. Oh, was hers, okay.
Did you make the motion? Second. Sorry.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence? Yay. Mrs. Dameron?
Yay.
Make a motion to accept Ordinance 2023-20.
So moved.
Second.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence? Yay. Ms. Dameron?
Yay.
The next is resolution number 2023-21, a resolution providing for additional estimated revenue for the Village of Wintersville for the calendar year 2023 and declaring an emergency.
Make a motion to suspend the rules for Resolution 2023-21.
I'll put
Second.
forth the motion.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence? Yay. Ms. Dameron? Yay.
Yay.
Yay. Sorry about that. Didn't want to vote for you. I got so many names and check marks going over here. I need a motion to approve Resolution 2023-21.
You need a motion?
Yes.
So moved.
Second.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence? Yay. Mrs. Dameron?
Yay.
Okay. I'm going to vote for you.
And finally, we have ordinance number 2023-22, an ordinance providing for amending and revising the appropriations of expenditures and transferring that amount to the street fund for the Village of Wintersville for the calendar year 2023 and declaring an emergency.
Make a motion to suspend the rules for Ordinance 2023-22.
So moved.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence? Yay. Mrs. Dameron?
Yay.
I make a motion to approve ordinance 2023-22.
So moved.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence? Yay. Mrs. Dameron?
Yay.
Okay,
There are no more ordinances.
can we get a brief summary on what all those entail?
Well, yeah, Mike, if you
I
want to
could
take
do
that.
it, yeah. First, congratulations, council. I think you just probably set a record for the most passed in an evening.
Yay.
So, citizens, as you can see, why we had to do so many emergencies were, again, our traveling clerk has been to some finance meetings with all of us that are open to the public, and these are all the mistakes she's finding, and we have to pass our budget by April 1st. So to do that, we got to declare many of these emergencies to get all this approved. That was all reappropriations, getting rid of fake line items that were not needed or falsely created for some reason with fake names and anything else that wasn't in the state's, code book. So that was a lot of them. The first two, obviously, they're on our sheet. We wanted to adopt for the month of April for a caring place and obviously for Steubenville Rotary Club. That's why we had those two emergencies on those two.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, everyone, for bearing with us. All right. Good job, Jake. Moving on to announcements. The Humane Society will be hosting their dueling piano event tomorrow, March 17th. Indian Creek will be hosting their reverse raffle on April 21st of this year. As we heard from Rotary Club representatives, they'll be having their 102nd dinner on April 26th at St. Florian Hall.
Can I clarify, is it 5 PM or 6 PM?
It's 5.
5, okay,
5 people.
thank you.
Then Cynthia's Rainbow 5K Run will be held on May 21st at Indian Creek High School, and the start time for that is 9 a.m. FOP Lodge 97 will be having their annual golf outing on June 11th, and Thunder in the Ville will be returning at June 23rd and 24th at Jefferson County Airport. On to reports and communications. We will start off first with our Water Department foreman. George, please come on up.
George Kovach, head of the Water Department. Not really a whole lot. Since the last meeting, we've acquired a few more vendors, so we have more of a selection to price shop, I guess you would say, for materials and piping for water breaks or anything like that. So we also had our RCAP training, which was the guy that came down. He's the one that does our GPS mapping and assists us with maps that show where our lines are at, shut-offs, sewage, and all that stuff. And he came down and spent some time with me, and we went over that and redesigned our tablets and everything, got them working right. Our auto guns for meter reads are still being fixed. And we are having a meeting coming up with the company that's putting in our water meters, new water meters, coming up soon, so we'll figure out more about that when we talk with them. Other than that, that's about it.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, George.
Thanks, George.
Next will be our sewer department foreman. Teddy, you want to come on up?
Evening, guys. How are you?
Evening.
Good, good. I'll just give you guys a little rundown of the wastewater department. We had a lot of things fixed. We actually repaired our grit auger. We had to put a new check valve in there, so we got the grit auger back up and running. And we had a problem with one of our clarifier drain pipes, and which had a hole in it. So Stephen and I got that repaired and put a whole new 90 in it and got that back up and running as well. The other day, when was that? It was Monday, actually. I actually had Alan and Stephen go out and visit all 13 of our lift stations. They put hydroclean in them, and what hydroclean is, it's a grease-fighting chemical. It helps, obviously with oil, grease, toilet paper, shop rags, whatever gets in our system, so it helps dissolve that. So they accomplished that for me, and we had all of our flow meters calibrated in the treatment plant last week, so those are all up to date. Just yesterday, one of our sensor floats went down at Terrace Lift Station, and what a sensor float does is it tells the pumps to kick on and off based on the flow going into the wet well, so we got that replaced, taken care of. And my guys, I have Alan on a daily basis. He hoses our aeration tanks, clarifiers, contact tanks, and our UV system. So he does that on a daily basis, which keeps him really busy, and it really helps us out a lot because it keeps our plant clean. Cleaner plant, better results. So Alan does a really good job down there for me. Just always wanted to give him recognition. And Steven, I keep him busy. He's been changing belts on our blowers, oil, just typical maintenance, rooftop filters, greases our belt press, so that's up and running. And basically all our lab results, which I do, have been in compliance, and so the plant's running good. Just wanted to give you guys a little update. I want to thank Jason Fabian for coming down. He got my Microsoft Excel back up and running, so all I have to do now is just plug in my results to the computer, copy it, and then it's ready to send to the EPA. So just wanted to give Jason a shout out. Thank you for coming down. And that's it. Does anyone have any questions for me?
What was so funny over there?
What's that?
I said, what was so funny over there?
Oh, I don't know. We'll talk about that later.
Probably your microphone.
Yeah, I figure.
Hey, Ted, good job,
Thanks,
buddy.
Teddy.
Guys,
Thank you,
I
Teddy.
appreciate it.
Good job. Next up, we'll have our sanitation department. Bob, if you want to come on up.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Bob.
Last meeting, I was a little bit nervous. I'm not very good at public speaking. I might have to read what I got written down, but if it's okay with you guys, I might have to read it, but I'm trying to go wing it without reading it. Okay, here we go. I've been working to tell you guys a little bit about myself. I've been here 7 years. In July, I got hired on as a CDL driver for sanitation. I also worked with the street department. I fill in patches, holes, and running equipment, supervising summer help, and I also help out on water breaks. One note, I'd like to thank my two guys that worked with me on those garbage trucks, which they come to work every day, do what they're expected to do. They work through rain, hail, snow, sleet, and heat. They do what they're expected. I'd like to shout out and thank them very much, Benny and Lewis. They do a great job for me. And also I'd like to thank Marcus for filling in as a driver as needed. And we've been working on how to keep our 3 trucks running. We got 3 trucks, sanitation trucks. We keep them all up and running, trying to. We just got done replacing rollers and cable on the 25, which is ready to go for tomorrow's route. And we try to pick up our garbage mainly in a timely manner. And that's about it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bob.
Great job,
Good job.
Bob.
You did
Thank
great.
you.
job.
Great job. Next, we'll have our street department foreman. Randy, if you come on up, please.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
As everybody knows, this year we didn't have a lot of snow and ice to remove from the roads. We've had a few sporadic ones. One good note, it saved us on our salt budget. One problem we have, we can barely fit the salt that we have to buy by contract in to the salt bin, which I guess that's a good thing. It will help us out for next year. I'm hoping the next month or so here is pretty calm. We'll see. But we're looking forward to getting out there as soon as this weather breaks. I know patching holes. I know people were upset. Streets are not good. We're short-handed. As Bob said, one of my guys has been filling in, working on, the garbage route and stuff, helping him out. Till we get another guy hired, we're just plugging along. But I just want to say thanks to George and, his guys, Skylar and Seth. During the winter months, they don't have a lot of stuff to do, as far as outside with the water. And of course, there's water breaks and we all pitch in together. But they've been helping us, and I mean, big time helping, giving us body and time, to work on the building over there. We never had a break room, and I don't know if some of you guys seen it, a work in progress. Break room's about 98% done. Bathroom's about 100%, minus the floor. We got everything clean, painted, in there. We actually have a place to sit down and eat lunch, not sitting in the, messed up, smelling, dirty garage. So I want to say thank you to everybody that helped with that. Marcus, of course, he didn't have any skills as a carpenter, and he says, well, you're going to have to teach me a few things. And they took the reins, and, when I wasn't able to be there, him and Seth did a lot of hours working on that. And I want to say thanks to them guys, and say thanks to, George for letting his guy come over to help me out, which greatly appreciated. As you know, with the trucks, we had an ugly year last year, as I said last meeting, with the repair bills. So it's going to be a lot better this year. And this week we just bought on another vendor. He does mobile repair and service. So we're going to save a little bit of money there. This guy don't charge mileage. His rate's about $40 an hour less than what we were paying, for that service. So that's going to help us out too. With all the trucks and equipment, changing oil, because these big trucks, we don't have the equipment to be getting under them, lifting them, and it's not feasible to buy anything like that. We have in the process, like I said, a bunch of repair stuff coming up in the spring. We have a long list of repairs out there that we're going to be working hand in hand with everybody. And we have that program, like I said, through EOCC, the mayor put in place last year. We'll have some good help there. And it's going to be a long summer, I think. But I think as in last year, we got a lot accomplished. Looking forward to doing that. And sorry again for the potholes. We will get at them, I promise. It's just been a rough go around with the rain, the cold weather. That's pretty much all I got.
Great.
Thank you, Randy.
Thank you, Randy.
Good night.
Next, we'll hear from our chief of police for the police department.
Good evening. Not much since the last meeting. There was a few things that we're working on. I ordered 11 new portables at $52,000. 11 portables, $52,000. They're a couple weeks out from coming in, so once those come in, they'll be put in service. Still working with the street department on getting signage around the village. Had someone approach us about coming on part-time. I took an application from him. Mayor, I'll get with you later this week and discuss that. Biggest thing I'm working on, I'm looking at areas of funding for, one, for school zone lights, to update the school zone lights, and two, for portable speed limit signs that we can put out through subdivisions. We're getting complaints on speeding in subdivisions, so I'm going to try to get some of them portable speed lights. Any questions?
Thank you.
Oh, sir. Thank you, Chief.
Doing a fine job, Lou.
Oh, one other thing, since I'm here, I would publicly again like to thank Sharon and Rich Gunther from Grit Gear for their donation and their support of the Wintersville Police Department. Thank you, guys.
Absolutely. Next up, Mr. Lockhart, our representative.
Thank you, Mayor, Council. Robert Lockhart, your representative, one of your representatives, Steel Valley Transit Association. Tonight I'll report on the meeting attended of February 16. In the past, I've given you information and update regarding a consultant out of Columbus, Ohio, that's been hired by the board to prepare a draft grant to the Ohio Department of Development for the purpose of budgeting funds to look at the property across the street from the mobile center with regard to infrastructure issues. And if that, once he completes that grant application rough draft, it'll be approved hopefully by the board. And then 2 or 3 months, 2 or 3 weeks thereafter, hopefully, that department will approve the grant money. And if the consultant feels strongly that we should be able to get that money to complete the services regarding that ground for future utilization. Next, the board has in the process of doing 2 things with regard to preparing obtaining a new website for Steel Valley, and that's being completed by a firm locally. And once that's completed and the new website is presented to the public, that will be I'll bring that to your attention. The other aspect of the online presentation with regard to the operation of Steel Valley, that's being addressed by another entity here locally, Entity 2 Use, it's called, and a former individual that worked for E-Media is handling it. So she's doing a good job with regard to developing this new online television promotional item. Next, information was received at this meeting from Andrew Henry, Health Commissioner, Jefferson County Health Department, Steubenville, Ohio. He presented information that would be free to the bus service with regard to Naloxone, Naloxone, that would be utilized in each one of the vehicles in case of an emergency situation develops. The employees will be trained with regard to utilization of the product. The product will be given to us free. The training with regard to these individuals will be at a minimal cost to Steel Valley. And the drivers will be trained with regard to this use case of an emergency. The information was provided by Tim Turner to update the memo of understanding between Weirton Transit and Steubenville Transit. And finally, it's been realized as far as that memo of understanding, which will provide service to both entities. There were some issues in the past with regard to drop-off locations and all. It's been resolved. Now the service will render, it'll be a pick-up drop location on Harmon Creek, and then the bus will go up Cove Road, Three Strings Drive, all the way to Walmart. That's where the second location will be. Now, with regard to in between there, the paratransit system that is offered by Steubenville will be utilized with Ohio here, and we will pick up individuals that call for the service and take them to a doctor or dentist appointment. With regard to going into West Virginia, we will take people to doctor or dentist situations only. No shopping trips or stuff, same, and that's the same with regard to trips to the mall, Robinson Mall. No shopping endeavor with regard to individuals that have a limited capacity, strictly doctor or dentist. But the parent system is very good, and it's been very helpful to the local community. Jerry Thomas is the operations manager for Steel Valley. He presents every meeting the current status of the mobile service and rendered to the community. As far as tonight, I gave council members the annual breakdown with regard to from 2000 to 2001, 2001, 2002. At the very end, you'll see the figures, total breakdown with regard to overall improvement of the bus service, with regard to travel, and with regard to 2000 and 2001, the overall increase from the previous year, 32.8%. 2022 to 2023, actually that's to the end of 2022, 47.2 increase overall. So you're talking close to a 50% increase in travel with regard to utilization of bus service. Individually, I'm proud to say that Wintersville is just in 2022 to 2023, 110% utilization over the previous time. So it's is very good. Also, I presented to the council tonight, members, an article that was in the February 26 Herald Star with regard to comments by Tim Turner, their manager of Steel Valley. He presented information concerning the origin of Steel Valley and the current update and a massive improvement in between concerning service to the community. I thought that would be a benefit to council members down the road when it comes to the levy situation, to show that the service is really beneficial to the community, has improved, and continually will improve. And they have a wonderful group of people down there that are managing the service to the community, and they've done a great job since I've been there. Anything else? No.
Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you.
What?
No, thank you.
Oh, okay, all right.
Thank you, Mr.
Next,
Lockhart.
Colleen will present information concerning tonight's meeting, Steel Valley.
All right. Ms. Charlene Prentice, you can come on.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Evening.
I'm trying to get used to this. Anyway, to sum it all up, it took a while with this question you wanted, Gail, about benches out here at the bus stops. Well, SVRTA came up with, they wanted me to tell the council members, you guys, that SVRTA, they're working on shelters for existing stops, but single benches, SVRTA, they stated they're not responsible for them. Also, Tim, the manager over everything for SVRTA, he would like to set up a meeting with you, the mayor, and Jesse, the administrator. He would like to set up a meeting, so I don't know if you guys want him to get in touch with you, or
If you have his
get
call,
in touch with him, or what.
we can grab his contact info
Okay,
after the
yes.
meeting.
He would like to, he said, anyway, even before I came to this with them tonight on these benches, he said he has some concerns for Wintersville, so he'd like to set up a meeting.
Okay, he has concerns on the benches being
No,
placed?
no, he just said on some ideas, some things out here in Wintersville, but he
Okay.
didn't go into what they are.
Okay,
Okay,
Will do.
that's it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
thank you, Charlie.
There were,
Mayor? I
yeah.
got one more thing I forgot.
Mm.
I attended another meeting at in behalf of the village of the Seven Ranges Fire District. And that meeting was on March the 8th. At the meeting, we just, the members of the board overseeing the contracts of the 5 individual fire departments involved in the district for the fiscal distribution and contractual agreement for this coming year. Other than that, that's all.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lockhart. Gil, you had something to say?
In reference to the benches, if we get a meeting with him, I just want to clarify that we weren't asking them to take care of them. We were just asking them if they
Where
wanted
they
to
go.
sponsor them, and we could strategically locate them at the bus stops.
Yep, I will note that now. All right. Well, thank you to all our heads and departments and our representatives. On to the mayor's report. Council, I just want to make you aware, the Jefferson County Christian School has reached out and they would like to lead a short 10 to 15 minute prayer service outside the village building, right around our flagpole on National Day of Prayer, Thursday, May 4th, starting at 8:30. Just so everyone can be aware, they're going to reach out to local police and local fire departments, and myself, I will reach out to them as well with our fire department and police department, if any of you would like to join.
8:30 a.m.?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
I want to take a minute and thank all of our staff. We've been working through many different issues. I know Deb downstairs and Tammy, they've been helping Jesse and I try to find documents and things we haven't been able to find, and they've spent a lot of time searching with us, kind of between the water department and multiple offices, so I want to thank them. Also, our traveling clerk, Melanie, she's done an excellent job so far. Quick reminder to all citizens, Melanie will be at our April 6th meeting to give an update on everything that she has come across while she's been here. I believe she's only been here 7 to 8 days, I believe. So if anybody is interested in hearing that, again, she will be at our next council meeting giving her update on everything she's been finding. Next up, council, I would like your permission to get a motion to order a new camera for up here. So our camera project is pretty much complete besides a couple. We'd like to get a camera placed up here. Captain Fabian and myself were discussing it earlier today up here. It's going to go pretty much directly behind me. It'll catch everything that goes on out there, and it will come with audio. So now that we have our committee meetings up here, it'll help record the audio. It'll come with a switch that we can turn on and off. And the camera that we do have up here will be placed in the back to catch this part. It's also very key that we have this due to magistrate court. You can see the stand that we have now. It's a little behind the times here working with the recorder and stuff like that. So it'll help be able to record our magistrate court, which we have to keep on file and record, which we do now, but it'll be much easier for our police department and the court to have access to that. So I'm asking a motion to approve a new camera system with spending no more than $2,000.
Make a motion to purchase the new camera.
Second.
Will that eliminate the administrator from having to use his phone to record the minutes of our committee meetings?
Yeah, more than likely it will.
Okay.
We'll have everything on file. I'd have to talk to Jason even. We could probably actually even air the meetings, not the same night, but I'm sure there's a way to download them, and then we could air them. And Keith could put them on Facebook, and so it'll help be more transparent and get other meetings that citizens can't attend out to the public.
So how was that estimate, the camera estimate? You were talking the other day, they might be under the estimate for all the cameras.
Oh, I don't have that. Actually, I think will everyone give Captain Fabian permission to speak on that?
We have a
Counsel.
motion on the floor.
Go ahead.
Let's go ahead and finish it. Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. DiStefano? Mrs. Dameron?
Yay.
Mr. Spence? Yay. Motion passes. Okay.
Okay. Council, will you give Captain Fabian permission to speak?
Is it granted?
Yes.
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 What was the question regarding the cameras?
The original estimate.
Okay, the original estimate, I have, there were several changes made as we went through the process of installing cameras. A couple were added. I'm going through it now to make sure everything was done that was on the estimate and everything that we added was done. There's still a few cameras that we are waiting on to come in. They're very close. Within a week or two, everything should be complete, maybe minus the setup in here. But the estimates are pretty close. I'm still kind of interpreting them because we paid 50% down for each estimate and they sent the remaining bill. So I'm going through that to make sure everything is included and everything's done.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Thank you, Captain Fabian. I didn't want to give you the wrong answer. Also, council, I would like a motion to spend no more than $7,000 from Parks and Rec Fund to order the new American flag banners that'll be going through town. I would need a motion to get those ordered. We're trying to get those up before Memorial Day.
So moved.
Second. How many of them?
We have a rough count of 65, so we added 5 more at 100 apiece, so 70 to be safe. We're hoping it's going to be less than that, though.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. DiStefano?
Yay.
Ms. Dameron?
Nay.
Mr. Spence? Yay.
All right, I spoke to Mr. Parker from the Mayor of Toronto as George was giving updates. Again, if Toronto or Jefferson County puts out any water updates, citizens, you can look at that because again, we buy from the county, which comes from the city of Toronto. So I know we had a couple more questions on that. Going to be looking at, I was speaking with Tom, we're going to be looking at possibly trying to come up with a way to update our website, possibly putting up a map on there to show the village and to show what's R1, what's zoned commercial, help businesses understand if they come to our website and they click on that, that way it'll help. A lot of people are calling, asking questions, is this commercial, what is this zoned? And if we can get that online, I think that can help get people answers much faster and reduce the amount of calls we're taking in. Council, quick reminder to check your mailboxes downstairs. I know Tammy's been leaving a few things in them at times. If you guys can, just remind her whenever you're by or in, stop and check on those. Tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day. Everyone, please be safe. Please stay safe. If you need a ride or anything like that, call someone call Uber or anything else. Call a family member, call anybody up here, call anyone. Just everyone, please be safe while you're out there celebrating St. Patrick's Day. Also want to thank Grit Gear. Their nice donation this evening and going forward, they've decided to donate 25% of all sales of their new t-shirts they've designed for our police department. So we truly appreciate that. I know the police department does too. That's a great donation and a lot of help. So thank you guys as a small business for your generosity. And lastly, just a reminder to council and the citizens, we'll be having a special meeting on Thursday, March 30th. I believe we agreed 6 p.m. It'll be a quick meeting. It's just to pass our final budget before April 1st. That is all I have. I'm going to turn it over for the administrator's report.
Thank you, Mayor. As the street department said, Randy said that about the road salt, We were allotted 1,500 tons at a price of $67.96 per ton. We're at 1,200 tons right now. We need to order 150 more tons to make our 90% limit. So we have till May to do that. The next contract for next year is coming out by the end of this month, so we're going to have that taken care of, get that started, get the other 150 ton taken care of. We'll have it ordered. So we'll be good for next year, as Randy explained. George explained about our cap. I met the gentleman yesterday. Very helpful. I learned a lot the short time I was down there. He also updated our maps for us. We have actual maps you put on a wall, nice big gigantic maps for street, water, wastewater, and storm drains. The grants, just started working on a grant through Bureau of Workers' Compensation. A couple weeks ago, myself and Tammy Straka met with our rep from Minutemen, and she gave us more information on this grant. It's a 3-to-1 match. So we will, for every dollar we spend, the Bureau of Workers' Comp will pitch in $3 at a max of $40,000. So I spoke with all the department heads. I spoke with the chief and the captain, Lieutenant Gigic, and I explained that maybe traffic lights, portable traffic lights, was something that would benefit everybody. So I got a couple prices right now. That's something I think that we could use, and it doesn't have to be that. It could be a number of things, but they really press on safety. So it could be traffic signals, cones, different items like that. Portable exercise valve or portable valve exercisers, different chainsaws, something that's, to make your job safe. So this is village-wide. Every time I do a grant, it will be village-wide. Not one person will be singled out, if I can make it that way. Also, something I just got a confirmation on, it's not on the report, the USDA grant that we've had since 2021 due to COVID. We started with 4 trucks, went down to 3 trucks. The prices increased dramatically. Now we're down to 2 trucks. We ordered these trucks in 2021, 2022, and we should be getting them. They're international dump trucks. We should be getting them at the end of the year. The gentleman from OS Hill International stated that if we ordered a truck today, which was last month, we wouldn't get it till 2025. So we're trying to get that grant closed out, get these trucks on the road. But we have like a $7,000 that's left over from the grant, so we're working on a couple things for that. Also, we got a meeting with Quickstall Engineering next week regarding upcoming funding. There was just issues on our funding because of how it was all set up with our debt schedule. So the funding administrator, Katie's coming down, and we're going to meet with her as well as Melanie, and we're going to go everything so I know exactly what's going on when we do these grants and loans. So I've been playing a lot of catch up regarding that, and I don't mean the condiment you put on a hot dog. Anyways, reached out to the grant coordinator for the Wintersville Recreational Complex for the capital improvement grant. It was a $100,000 grant. I just introduced myself. That money is earmarked for 2023, 2024. So as soon as we get more information on what we're going to do with it, we can move forward. The water meter issue that George spoke about, I talked with the salesman from Core in Maine. His name's Justin Julian. Regarding the meters that we purchased originally, he has no idea when we're going to get them. No idea at all. No time frame or anything. So I told him, I says, well, we're kind of not on the same page because the people that were involved in the meeting last year are no longer here. He is a salesman that he kind of got hired towards the end. So we're going to come together and find out what we can do about this water meter project. But we have options. There's 2 different types. There's a type that's a sealed unit, and there's a type with 3 wires. The ones with the wires is the one that we ordered. I says, okay, why don't we order the other ones? They're more dependable. He says, I don't know. So next Tuesday at 11 o'clock at our building, we're going to have a meeting with all the department heads, with the mayor, and anybody in council that wants to come, and we're going to find out what's going to happen. The unit that we could get is going to cost the same, no change in price. It's more durable, more, it's waterproof is what they're telling me, so, but we'll figure that all out at 11 o'clock on Tuesday, and I'll have more answers for you as soon as I get those answers and we can get this clarification done. Let's see here. Oh, so in the future, I talked with Captain Fabian about getting IDs for Public Works, all employees. So we decided we're going to get, each worker's going to get 2 IDs. We'll be updating our green vest. It'll say Wintersville Public Works. One ID will go in the front pocket, and the other ID that you will have, you can hang on a lanyard or on a clip or whatever you want to do. We'll be starting getting pictures of that, of the employees on tomorrow or Monday. So when you see people out, you're going to see a green, silver, and red line vest with Wintersville Public Works on front and back with their ID. And that's all I have.
I have a couple questions.
Yes.
The street department spoke of not having enough room for salt, and we have to order 150 more ton.
Mm-hmm.
Are we thinking about any place to store that?
Yes. So we spoke with Cross Creek Township, and they have some room that we could store their salt at their bin. So thank you to them. Randy's going to talk with the superintendent over there. Chief Vanderborn also talked to him as well. That's all taken care of. If it wasn't going to be, if Cross Creek didn't have room, then we would just go to the next place, maybe Mingo, Wayne, wherever. So, but we got to get it ordered. If we don't order that by May 21st, then we're going to lose a contract for next year.
Okay, and it was also mentioned that we had a gentleman from RCAP come down to either update or give us maps or GPSs. Didn't we already have maps on tablets and stuff for the water department?
Yes, and he did some training with George on different things that you can do with a map. Well, he actually gave us paper maps, like 4 foot by 4 foot maps that the street department didn't have any, water department didn't have any, wastewater didn't have any, but there was 2 in the administrator's office. I feel that they need them before I did. Also, those maps are free, so everybody got a map. And there was an extra map in there of the village and the streets. I gave it to the police department because they don't have a map down there. So also, I'm talking to a company that does mapping for the village or for the state. We're just going to update, all the boundaries and everything. And then on the RCAP map, they have the outline, the borders of Wintersville. So that's kind of nice as well.
Okay. One last question.
Yeah.
We ordered 4 trucks through the USDA grant, and we're only getting 2, correct?
Yes.
Now, I know in the past, we have an issue with hiring people with CDL licenses because they cost too much.
Yes.
Now, I believe other 4 trucks, at least 2 of those were CDL required trucks.
Yes.
Are the final 2 still required CDLs?
The one is.
One is. The other one is not.
One only is. What I did was I gave Randy the specs of that truck. He had nothing to do with it, neither did I, but I said, this is what we're getting. From this point on, that will be to where all those guys, if those guys need, if they're getting a truck or something like that, they're going to come in, because like I said, they had no idea what was on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, this is all I have. Like I said, it was going to be 4 down to 2 because of the price increase. So however we decide to divvy it up or who's going to get what, there's pretty much an understanding on who's going to get what. So, but they should be coming by the end of the year.
I just wanted to make sure we weren't going to purchase 2 more trucks that we couldn't drive.
Now, for future reference, for future grants, we'll probably go with like a Ford, like a bigger Ford 550.
1 ton.
1 ton, 1.5 ton, yes. That'll all be taken care of first.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I have two questions for you.
Yes.
Has there been any inquiry into the ordinance website being updated? We talked about it the other night at the finance meeting.
No.
Okay. And then the other one was, did we look into whether or not the meters, if we get the ones you were talking about, will they still work with that unused software?
Yes. Okay. So you brought up another point. All right. So here's what I found out. And Captain Fabian might be able to back me up on this one. There's two water billing systems downstairs. One that they use now through government systems, and there's another one through Ohio Software. The gentleman came back in 2018, and I don't have the numbers. I have them, but they're down in the office, to set this up. It was a different system. I don't know what happened. Something happened, and they're not using it. It's sitting there. We're paying for it. We're paying, I think it's, I don't know if it's like $1,500 a year. Don't quote me on that. I will have the numbers. So I asked Deb in the water office, I said, what happened? She says, there was an issue. They said they were going to redo something. She's like, I don't know. I was like, okay. So when we had this meeting on Tuesday, I want to find out, can we use the system that we're using now for billing? Do we have to go to another system, or does this meter system come with another billing system? You know what I mean? I got to find this out. I asked Debbie, I says, what's going on with it? She's like, I don't know. She doesn't know. I said, well, you were never asked? She says, no. So everybody's on 3 different pages, and I talked to the gentleman from Ohio Software, and he's like, what do you guys want to do? He's like, you're not using this. And I think we've gone through at least 2018 was the first time that we purchased it. I think we've gone through $9,000, maybe a little bit more. But we need to come up with a system. So Tuesday, I'm going to find out what we need to do to start transferring or the transition over to the new system. If the new system comes in, if we go with the other, same company, same price, everything, it's going to be 3 to 4 months on the low end if everything goes right. So that's where we're at. It's kind of a mess, but we're getting it all handled.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, welcome.
Thank you, Jesse.
Yeah, that's all I have. Thanks,
On to unfinished business. Anybody have any unfinished business?
Yeah, on the employee who is working full-time hours and being paid part-time, has that been addressed?
Yes, you mean from the past?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we're still diving into that with state law and federal law, and then our own outdated policy manual. So, yeah, we're looking into that. For clarification, we did realize an employee, I believe, started in 2016. We believe he had full-time hours, but was only considered part-time until 2020. Again, we're not 100% sure of that, but we are diving into that. Something that we just got to correct from the past, so we will keep you updated as we figure that out. Anybody else with unfinished business?
I have a question about
Yes.
the audit. I posed this question to Jesse earlier today, that our state audit hasn't closed. And I just wondered, what's it considered that our fiscal officer that we're paying is doing, cleaning up things, and then they're not finishing their audit till after she's done. So why is that audit not closing when it's closed in the past with the same mistakes? So it's almost like we're being charged twice.
Want me to answer that?
No, I think she directed.
Oh.
Was that to it?
Yeah, either one.
So with the audit that's been going on, usually it probably would be closed by now. But since the other fiscal officer left, somebody else took over, and she's been here a total of 8 days at 12 to 14 hours a day, and she has contacted the auditor's office, found mistakes, She has been, all these ordinances that have been passed, these were mistakes, reappropriation of funds. So it's taking her a long time, and the auditors cannot close the audit until she's done, until they find out and then they're going to do whatever they're going to do in the end. I'm not sure with a visiting clerk how it goes at the end of the audit, but that's kind of where we're at. So it's just kind of like, it's not starting over, it's just we're at a standstill because of all the work she's done. And her next step, she'll be back here, I think, Sunday, and I'm going to meet with her, and we're going to start going over the village's debt. She hasn't even tapped into that. So that's kind of where we're at. It's going to take a little bit longer, and the auditors are not going to close or have an exit conference until she's completely done, which she's going to be done by April 1st. She has to be. She has to pass a permanent budget. So
are they just on hold then? Is that
yes,
more or
they're
less
just on
what it is?
hold. Yes,
We won't be billed any more money?
I don't.
We're going to discuss the money with them whenever they come here. That's for sure. 'Cause she's doing their job as, I believe one of them contacted her, right?
Yes.
Because he wasn't very friendly with her, then got mad that I was being transparent with the public and tried to silence me. So, tax dollars hard at work, even higher up than the little old mayor.
Cool.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any more unfinished business? All right, on to new business.
Okay, we've gone around tonight with the information, we did have a finance meeting. We were apprised of some incorrect coding of some of the revenues and expenditures in the budget line items. Some of these line items were not utilized properly, not being used at all, or not being used anymore, duplicated, et cetera. And the current fiscal officer is basically tidying those things up. She will be providing a detailed report at the April 6th meeting. We also had a meeting for the beautification committee. We're addressing the Great Wall of Wintersville project. We're going to be commencing, weather permitting, on April 1st to start with the power washing of the wall. That's the wall between Kroger's and the Veterans Memorial on 22. I want to thank Bob Coppa for all of his insights and cooperation in getting the students involved. We are reminding the students, anyone who is interested in participating in the project, we need to reach out to myself or to Bob Coppa or to the Christian school, Jessica, the art teacher at Christian school. She's basically heading it up for us. We have, they presented a theme we accepted, and the painting, the power washing basically will be adult related, so any volunteers, please be at the wall at 9:00 a.m. on April 1st, weather permitting. We will put it on the website, on the Facebook page if for any reason it's changed. Yes, Randy?
Can I speak on that?
Sure.
Council, you got to approve him to speak.
Can we approve Randy to speak?
Yes, you can speak, Randy.
Yep.
The power washing thing, George's department has a unit that's a vac and pressure wash unit combination, and it's very powerful too. And that's something you could utilize when you go to do that. It's
Okay.
portable, it's on a trailer,
Okay.
you know. so
We were
something-
we were looking at water sources and that sort of thing.
And we can hook up to hydrant, local, whatever. We can
Okay.
reduce it down to, and it's got its own tank,
Right.
so we can fill it prior to going out.
Yeah.
That's something to think about.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. The mayor is going to make some arrangements with the police department as far as, blocking that area off so none of our individuals will be subject to any harm. But I will definitely relay that to Mr. Coppa.
I didn't know what you were planning on doing, if you were going to rent or pay somebody to do it, and I didn't want to.
No, it's all
Have that
volunteer.
expense if you-
All volunteers, so thank you.
Cool.
Um,
Thank you.
We will be moving on to the primer painting. We're looking at Saturdays, some evenings, weather permitting. They will be scheduled. This is when the students will become involved. Again, we're using students from the art classes at Indian Creek High School, at Jefferson County Christian School, and then any students from any of the clubs, any students in general, whether it's art department or otherwise, that want to be a part of this, are welcome to join us. Again, the students' participation will begin the first Saturday after Good Saturday, weather permitting. In addition to that, we discussed fundraising activities for the beautification committee because we do have a lot of projects that we want to continue with. We talked about boot drives, gun bash, etc. We haven't made any decisions on that because we are working on getting the students working on this program. We discussed the community garden, also doing raised beds. We also have adopted a village flower. It is the purple cone flower. It resembles a purple daisy, and this represents health and well-being. And we think it'd be something nice that it's perennial, and it grows very tall, and it's very attractive. I think it's actually a wildflower, too, in our area. So I just thought we'd let you know that. Benches, we are looking at, again, the JV Green Team grant and purchasing benches. We also want to make sure that this is opened up to businesses, that they do have the opportunity to purchase the benches, which, of course, the bench would be considered theirs for the life of the bench, and they would have their plate on there, again, for the life of the bench. The only other things I have, thank you to Mr. Mahalik for appearing before council and for the invitations. Thank you to Grit Gear for the fundraising and support of the Wintersville Police Department. Reminder to the citizens to get their I Support WPD Blue Line shirts from them. And again, thank you, Mr. Coppa, and all involved in the hanging of the veterans banners. They do still have, I think he said, roughly 30 to 40 yet to hang in the village, and going to be working on that also, weather permitting, and around the Great Wall Project. That's it.
Thank you, Gail. Anybody else under new business?
I have a question for Lou about that narcotics money. I just wanted to see if you had any ideas for it.
Hold on, counsel, you got to give him permission to speak at a turn.
Permission to speak, Lou.
Permission to speak.
Two different funds that has money with narcotics. Which one?
The one that was in the enforcement and education account that now is from the, Melanie said, was from the lawsuit of the pharmaceutical companies? 1,500.
No, we have no idea what we're going to do with it yet. Probably get with the fire department and go to the local elementary schools, do hot dog hamburgers, and talk about drugs and enforcement. That's probably what we'll do with it.
Sounds good.
All right.
You, Tyler? There you go.
Well, I was going to talk about like all these ordinances that we like cleaning up. I mean, Wintersville has a lot of issues that we're trying to resolve. So it did take time tonight to do all these emergencies, but the previous administration really wasn't doing what they were supposed to do. That's why we had Melanie and Jake's doing a fine job with all these ordinances we pushed through, and Jesse has a lot on his plate. So, you know, we're trying to clean everything up here. And I appreciate all you department heads, Lou, and everybody for giving us an update. So Wintersville is work in progress, and Mike is doing a fabulous job. I mean, you can beat him up on social media or whatever, but this is all needs cleaned up. So
Kinda getting
that's what
used
we're
to
here
it now.
for. I mean, it's what it's for. I mean, they act like we're getting rid of people. We're not getting rid of. If you're not going to do the job, we're going to find somebody who's going to do the job. So, we got Jesse's doing a job, Jake's doing a job, and everybody on the council, and Mike's doing a really good job being mayor.
Thank you, folks.
Welcome.
Anybody else on new business? No? Well, we're going to do something new. We're going to open some estimates we got tonight. You want to start slicing them? Little way, just better way of transparency. So I know a while back we asked for permission to order Christmas lights. We've come up with, we're hoping, a much simpler, you need the cutter? There you go. simpler solution. We're hoping, hopefully these are good prices. The guys were able to track down some people that are going to be able to pretty much refabricate them. They're going to be painted white, and then we are going to hopefully take care of the LED light issue ourselves. So we're going to open up the couple estimates we got here for that first.
Hey, matches.
All right. So the first one we got is Wheeling Coatings, submitted by Rob, Veneman. I hope I said that right. Approximately 56 pieces, $4,500. That'll be sandblasting and powder, and they will be white. That's the snowflakes, and then it says green stars, 25 pieces, be $2,500. So it'll be a total of $7,000 on that estimate. This one has the snowflakes at $4,760 and the stars at $2,125 for a total of $6,885. This one is submitted by Corinne Company LLC. I apologize if I butchered that name.
What was the bottom line on that one?
This one, the grand total was $6,885. Again, this is just a new process we're doing with just ordinary estimates on stuff. We're contacting them, having them stop here, pick up our little blue envelopes, and then picking them back up just to show better transparency and, trying to get the best price on everything. And they come back sealed, and then Tammy stamps them.
The first bid was specific as to what they were going to do. What about the second bid?
The bid does have the same, they do have the same quantities. Oh, here it's down at the bottom, sorry. Sandblasted and 2 coats of white powder. So yes, they were both the same. And one came in at a total of $7,000. The other one's $6,885. So I would ask council's permission to go ahead and approve this, and we can drop them off, giving the estimate to Corinne Company LLC, and have them get started so that we can have these done before next year, because I'm sure it's going to take time, and then we have to get the new LED lights on them ourselves. So,
What fund are you taking that out of?
Yeah.
this would still be Parks and Rec.
Okay, make a motion to grant the bid for $6,885 to Corinne Company LLC.
Second.
That was
It was the cheapest one, right?
yeah.
6,800.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence? Yay. Mrs. Damerman?
Yay.
What is this one? Next, we get multiple different estimates. Again, Tom was a big help with all this. Tom Straka, meeting with different vendors, showing them what we want, giving them the envelopes, and making sure they returned them. So we try to he did contact 3 other ones. I know he called even more. We did call Ohio Valley Tree Service. I think somebody called Luke's, Kenny's Trees. We only end up having 2 finally come back that dropped off estimates. These other ones wouldn't even show up to meet with him. So the first one is for trees down at Garden Park. We have trees throughout the village that need cut back. This one was submitted by La Roche Tree Service. Where's the total one here? There we go. Their total down at, what did I say, Garden Drive Park. There's branches, limbs, some trees overhanging along that down there, hanging over the park. The total for this one is $1,137.50. Let's see what the next one was. I don't know what, doesn't say what part. I want to open that one, I don't know which one goes to what part.
Sewage plant.
This one's the other place. So, maybe it's this one. The other estimate submitted was for Garden Drive Park, was by Affordable Tree Service, and that came to a total of $3,750. So, the lowest price we have would be to approve LaRoche Tree Service for Garden Drive Park with a total of $1,137.50. We would need a motion for that.
I make a motion to approve LaRoche Tree Company to remove trees at Garden Park for no more than $1,137.50.
So moved.
This is for trees. Okay. Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence? Yay. Mr. Dameron?
Yay.
If I can just interrupt for 1 second, too. I didn't realize we'd be doing this tonight, so I haven't done a ton of the research on bids, but you are, it's lowest and best bid. So there's a lot of explanation of what best means in the case law, so, but it doesn't always mean that you have to go with the lowest bid. There are situations where, I know one specifically is if there's a company that you have reason to believe did not do a good job in the past, even if they do a lower bid than someone, you don't have to accept them. So if you need any more clarification on that, I can give you guys some more clarification before our next meeting about lowest and best in the bid process.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
This one would be for the trees hanging over down at the treatment plant before we try to get our new roof on the drying beds. This one came in from LaRoche. Grand total of $1,960. Which one was this? Second estimate we got, no, this is not for that.
Walnut Park.
There we go. This one we got was for the treatment plant. This one came in by Affordable Tree Service for $750. So I believe that would be the lowest one for the treatment plant trees. Be the $750.
Where's that come out of?
That would, no,
That's
for the
not-
treatment, that would come out of the
Treatment.
treatment plant fund.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't want to put a new roof on with trees still overhanging and are more than likely going to collapse, eventually break down on that new roof, so.
I'll put forth the motion.
To go with which one?
The lowest bid, what is $750?
Portable.
Affordable.
Affordable Tree Service, $750. I second it. Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence? Yay. Mrs. Dameron?
Yay.
The next one out is for Walnut Park. Again, it's trees that are overhanging. There's a couple, is there a stump on there? No, just tree work. This one is submitted by LaRoche for $2,845. This one from Affordable Tree for Walnut Park was $1,250 from Affordable Tree. And that was, I think that was the lowest one, right?
I make a motion to accept the bid for Affordable Tree at $1,250 for Walnut Park.
Second.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mrs. Stefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence, yay. Mrs. Damerman?
Yay.
Another one for Parkview.
Sewage treatment, sewage treatment.
It's all dead now.
Those ones are done. The next, again, Tom did a good job getting all these. This is the treatment plant roof for the drying beds, apologize. First one is for L&M metal roof. Remove the old fiberglass, install new metal roof, trim vapor barrier if needed. That total came in at $29,200. This one is top-notch roofing. This one came in at $30,500. Let's see. Remove fiberglass, put down barriers, and metal with all the trim on it. There's 2 to 3. And this one is from Legit Commercial Roofing. Removing fiberglass, metal roof. Grand total came to $31,500 for this one. So it's up to you guys. I believe the lowest was
29 and change.
Are they all,
29.
are they all equivalent in the services? I thought you said there was something more that Top Notch was doing than the first one.
I think they're all the same. We've got the barrier on there, the metal roof, and remove the old one, right?
All required trim.
This one.
Yep, trim. Yep,
Top Notch has trim.
yes.
One had more, something. No cleaning up too.
Yeah. Yeah. Really say they're gonna clean up, I would say.
You would hope.
So the difference out of the 3 was, they all were going to install a metal roof with a vapor barrier. The Top Notch Roofing mentioned that they were going to put trim all the way around.
I think didn't that first one say trim or no?
How about this one? Legit one?
No, the first one. In your hands, Carl.
This one?
Metal with all required trim. That was Top Notch.
And then I'll say trim.
Install new metal roof, install all proper trim, vapor barrier if needed.
Which one was that?
This one here, this is legit one. It says vapor barrier as needed.
Same here if needed.
Yep.
So Top Notch and L&M are equal on services.
Yeah, this one here is about pretty well the same. This includes removing existing fiberglass sheets, replacing metal for roofing, labor.
This is as needed.
If you're gonna get lowest bid, that's the lowest one right there, right?
L&M is.
L&M.
I'll make a motion to go with L&M metal roof for $29,200 for the treatment plant roof.
Second.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence, yay. Mrs. Dameron?
Yay.
All right. Last one we got. Sorry, guys, we're trying to move along here. A lot of stuff to fix around here. All right. Should have another one. I think this is for the painting. It's for the painting of the side of the building here. Around the back.
This city building?
That wasn't part.
That's not paint.
Okay.
Yes, this building around the red along the back side here wraps around the police department, the power wash, cleaning up and painting. Keep it clean. Came in at a grand total of $4,450 with a deposit due of $222.50.
Say that again.
Keep It Clean Power Wash and Painting came in at $4,450.
Okay.
And it says a deposit due of $222.50.
Okay.
Power wash and clean.
Is there one in here?
Power wash and paint.
Not for
There we go.
$4,450.
What?
The next one came in, the village building, power wash paint, materials paint, $6,139.36 for Sparrow Painting. And lastly, R&L Construction came in, power wash, loose peeling paint, finish coat to the masonry. Power wash and paint, $8,200.
What's that bid? Keep it clean.
Keep It Clean was the
Keep it clean is the lowest, 45, yeah.
was the lowest. Council, will you give him permission to speak?
Yes.
Yes.
Regarding the paint, I just want you to know, Keep It Clean is when I painted our building. You've seen our building from before to now. Does an excellent job.
It does.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And that is our lowest bid also.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, make a motion to give the bid to Keep It Clean for painting the admin building and power washing.
Second.
Winner.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mr. DeStefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence, yay. Mrs. Dameron?
Yay.
All right. That's all I had under new business. Anybody have anything else for new business? All right. I don't believe there's any transfers. I do know Jesse did have under payment of bills. What is that, the bank reconciliation?
Yes.
We have the bank reconciliation forms. Do you want to explain that a little bit,
So
Jess?
every month, we have reconciliation forms that the governing body has to sign. So I don't know if you guys signed it before. So we have March 4th, up to March 14th, and then we have February of last month. So you guys can sign that. You sign after the meeting, but it's got to be signed. All the bills that were paid, all the bank statements, all the canceled checks, everything will be here. You can use it, look at it, all the credit card stuff, any accounts that were paid out. You sign off on it and we file it. That came from Melanie.
Oh, why are we signing it all of a sudden since we never did it before? Is it because of the absence of the financial officer, or is this something that was supposed to be done in the past?
This was something that's supposed to be done in the past.
You guys, Supposed to be done, I think she said every council meeting.
Every month.
Every
Once a
month.
month, first of the month.
So
Okay.
she did realize that was not being done either.
Did we
So what happened before?
It's too late now, but promote that money, the CDs.
I've only been here a year. I can't tell you what happened before, but
We had to get there.
Well, if it's supposed to happen, why?
It didn't happen.
I'm not
Okay.
sure. I don't,
It just didn't happen.
yeah,
Just didn't.
just didn't.
Okay.
So, council will need to sign that after the meeting.
Did we get,
Yeah, I can't do that.
did we get the minutes from the meeting to the bank yet?
No, we just approved them tonight.
All right. Thank you, everyone. I need a motion to
So
adjourn.
moved.
Second.
Randy, got to do a
Here,
vote.
find my grandson.
Dr. Scarpone?
Yay.
Mrs. Stefano?
Yay.
Mr. Spence, yay. Mrs. Dameron?
Yay.
This meeting is adjourned. Our next regular council meeting will be April 6, 2023 at 7 PM. Thank you.